Oh. Okay. So take one after solid power nap. So I designed this weapon system here. It's still under construction. Here I'm just showing you this. Okay, I need to, aside from this sounding okay, I need to disable the clicking sound. When you click the thing, but it's not a biggie. So yeah, so I've been designing this with a friend, for, well, almost 6 months now. So either way, yeah. So you can hear it be in this two-part thing. Right. So let me disconnect it. So when I trigger it. So when I trigger it like this, it triggers a single one. But rather here, you can see it has 4 cannons and it triggers 4 events. And it's a thing that I had to take into consideration while doing this. Right. So the first part, or like the meat part of it, I go in depth in terms of sound design. About it, I'll link it either in the video or in the comments. But yeah, it's this. All of these I'll have to mention. I made all these in-house, so they're not part of any pack or anything. Everything. So I made a couple of these. If with Wwise, I went with a standard random container thing. There's not much to it in terms of like what's happening in Wwise. If you're watching this on YouTube and through my channel, you're most likely, before this, I didn't do any stuff with like audio middleware, so my YouTube is strictly Ableton, but yeah, I'll try and bridge the two. So basically this is a thing you use to connect or at least input audio and make it work inside of your engine. Which is a totally different, larger topic, whatever. I mean, yeah. So with each fire here, with each trigger, I guess, so this is with the debris part and the cannons. So it's playing different ones, and I'm automating a bit of pitch and a bit of, or actually quite a bit of low pass filter. It gives it like a thing of depth, and the audio files are, as you can see, at least parts of it, they are not really like mono, so they're stereo and like in different ways. And when you cut them up and when you play them in a random container, you get interesting stereo variation. And what makes it cool is, so if I play you the debris part, debris is this. So I did it in Ableton. So without anything, uno momento. So it's this. So I recorded. This is also. I have a free sound page where it's actually, it has almost like 30 or 50. I can't remember the number, but either way, like recordings I did over the years that I used in my work and my music. So this is slow down fireworks stuff. Right. It was like this New Year's thing. Why am I having this? Okay. Right, pretty. I mean, you can find these in libraries. This one is similar, though it's way more usable for like top end stuff. Even has like some unfortunate canines. And so the processing part, at least, which I'll try and go quickly over. So here, the first one, with both of them, I use the with this one, with both of them, I use the bandpass filter, and with a bit of like envelope modulation. So because it has this transient, it's following it, and I give it a bit of an attack, and so it puts it in a place in the spectrum rather than it being like, because it has a lot of, I guess, noise and stuff like that. So this is the bottom part. This is the upper part. It's clipping because I have stuff here. So without any, yeah, it's actually a bigger thing that's happening below the hood, but right. So yeah, I'll leave this, and I have quite a bit of compression here, but yeah. Afterwards, with this one is the same thing, so not much to it with terms of processing. It's just that I'm using this as kind of a sweep, and to get the higher register of the fireworks. Yeah, I'm recording, and then yeah, it's going into a compressor. I guess I'm taming the attack with that you can see with this like very, very short attack, and the SSL one, it sounds good, like for it has like a quick attack in my opinion. So next, one by one, but I added this later on, so maybe I'll do it chronologically as I did it. So I added Abbey Road saturator to push it all. It's the transient sounded too clippy, I guess. But I think, yeah, the compressor part was supposed to, because without it, it sounded like this. I think you can maybe hear it on this one more, here. Right, and with this, I hope this isn't bro science. Yeah, it sounded more tamed and catered to respond to this, like what's hitting the saturator. So next I went, so I added this rack that I have, and this is mimicking like a disperser, the kilohertz plugin, but there's a guy, and I've spoken about him on my YouTube channel, but either way, it's like he made this in-house Ableton disperser simulation, which sounds incredible, and so it gives it a really nice tone with like transient stuff. Neat. Afterwards, I went with this powerhouse thing. So I'm automating the circle amplitude parameter with this, but this is a Doppler, and you can see that I'm like through my envelope, so the transient part of the sound, I'm just giving this interesting stereo, because if you remember, the other part of the sound in Wwise, it has so you can see like the thing being, this is the most obvious one, but like it has different parts of, like, it goes left and right, different parts of stereo field, and here, especially at being like kind of noisy, it makes it go like travel, and it reacts to the envelope, and so it makes it interesting and usable for the gunshot sound that I intended it for. And then I compressed it a bit more. Right, it sounds like, it sounds a bit dirty, but I think it's usable. And the way I did it and made it usable, so you can see the debris part, it's that sound rendered out, but I went and like, and you can see there's a send here, but basically it's the same thing as with the previous one, but rather with this, I found this one, I wanted it to have more of a priority in terms of like the rest of the sounds, and I automated the same thing like with pitch and low pass filter as with the previous one, and those two together are only getting compressed. If I play it with through the event, right, pretty. The only thing here is it gives it like that major tail, and because everything is so stereo, the mono tail makes it kind of even larger, in my opinion. And so, but yeah, I'm only sending the tail from the debris part, so I didn't want it to be caught with the compressor. And yeah, it's only a reverb. It's a room verb, and this was done to taste. And so yeah, and so as it does, it works, I'd say. And boom. Swell from the tail as everything, right, like the rest of the sound effects. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you and have a nice day.